So much fun, and let's go into the matchup, the draft for Execration versus Blacklist International. I still think that we are going to be seeing a lot of the Jawhead bans. There you go. Jawhead has been highly utilized by Blacklist on Eson for the past few weeks, and this happened ever since the patch came out, and they've been having a lot of success resetting the buffs over and over again, which a lot of teams have also picked up.
Barats here has been a commodity in terms of banning. They're just setting up things in a way where they don't have strong lanes for the side of Execration.
Yeah, that's also always been the current meta. You know, the laners are very important to take note of in the current matchup because again, if you have a strong offlaner on either top or bottom, you're pretty much good to go. You know, you'll always get the good amount of XP, you'll always get a good amount of gold, and you just need to choose where you go, and you're good to go.
Selena is the ban here for Blacklist International. Just get that Etomax Selena out. But Execration will have free reign over the Roger. So no Roger for full clip right now. But they do have the Lancelot onto the side of Blacklist International.
You know, one by one, these character models are being updated. And I'm really liking the Roger one right now. A lot cleaner than what they have in-game. I would say that, you know, we're definitely leveling up here. Who knows what's going to happen on playoffs?
It's called Project Next.
Yeah, Project
Thams? Thams? Is it going to be
There you
Thams
go.
or Kufra?
Possibly a FAMS. If they do that, they're already locking in their offlaners. Aqua on that Yuzong and Edward on the FAMS. It sounds like a classic Blacklist recipe.
Oh, they head straight for that support. They want to have the poking capability against Roger, but you know what? As long as there is the Esmeralda there, they're still going to have a problem, especially Execration getting that show. They have backline access already. Blacklist International, what will they go for? Will they go for a Lance?
Cho looks like he's so infatuated with Esmeralda right now.
And yes, they will. They will go straight for that Lance.
Yeah, full clip is win rate on the Lancelot, I think, should be at above 80 to 90%. So Blacklist is definitely going to be ahead here in terms of that regard. The carry role already locked in means it should be easy for Blacklist to either zone out a big carry, but they opt to stop the tanks instead.
Force up! I kind of get it.
Oh yeah, Roger's already locked in. I keep forgetting the first pick Roger is always a thing. And yeah, so just go ahead and remove some of the big tanks that, you know, Chaknu's gonna use. Farsa's also a bit understandable. Itomax, something that we don't mention as much, is Itomax, you know. He has great control when he has that low Yi, when he gets that Farsa. So a lot of stuff can still happen here.
They go for an Akai. It's a good answer against the Roger. After that Lycan pounce, if he can really get those skills, then it's going to be Akai just pushing him back.
Look at this.
Etomax
Loyi
and Chaknu going for that Atlas and that Loyi setup. They had a lot of AoEs here going for the side of Execration, and this is going to be very interesting for Blacklist International, though they have an answer as well. They go for that Rafaela, and now they have the stun that they need.
Yes, exactly. So they have some of that crowd control, and Eson on the Akai means that you should be able to at least lock down that Roger when he goes on beast mode. You know, literal beast mode, because he becomes a beast. So should be fun. And I'm super curious as to whether or not this Loyi Atlas is gonna work out, because again, with the Rafaela, there's usually you're going to be near one target. You're gonna be near one of your teammates, and Dexstar, that should be a very easy target for an Atlas to go for, especially since it's Chaknu on that Atlas.
And let's see, they have a lot of knock-up here onto the side of Execration. They can negate the Hurricane Dance, but it's all up to the rotation here. They have the Roger, they have the Lancelot. They're at an equal footing. Onto the side lanes, however, it's going to be Chango, probably Chango, and that Yuzhong. So they are going to put a lot of their damage onto the side lane. Let us see who will get the better rotation and who will be left behind. This is Execration versus Blacklist International game number 1.
Yep, and game one, we already have a pretty hot matchup with, again, Roger being supported by Aloyi. That feels like such a strong matchup, so be careful with that.
Mm. Wave clear is just really good onto the side of Execration. The poking capability is there because of the Louis. Hate here is being as fast on his toes. Not, well, can you call it toes if you're a wolf?
Oh, yeah, good point. Pause?
Pause. It's probably pause. But you know
Probably
what? Full
pause.
clip here trying to go for that bear, but that bear is contested here onto the side of Execration. They are just delaying the progression here for full clip. Not that it really matters, but uh let's put it like this. 50 gold into the early game is much better than 50 gold or 50 gold in the late game.
Absolutely. You gotta get as much gold as possible in the early game so you'll be able to get that advantage. And of course, this is a Roger, of course. And against a Lancelot, you need all the help you can get.
Mm. But onto the side lanes, look at this. Benny Cutie is being poked down by Edward. Did you see the amount of damage that that first skill did onto Benny Cutie? And he is forced to leave the lane.
There you go already. Early on, Rogers getting good advantages, and Chakno, he doesn't care that he's not getting any big sets yet. You don't need to. You just need to make sure that hate is actually farmed up here, and that's your win condition. They don't mind that it's gonna take a long time for you to get a set. Don't need to get those fancy kills as long as you can make sure that he has the farm.
Okay, look at this full clip here. Almost getting kicked with the Thorn Rose just to get out. Etomax will be TPing in the brush. This is right now a 4v3. If Blacklist International tries to contest this, this is going to be a rude awakening onto the side of Blacklist International. But they just move away. They step away from the scene.
Yeah, you read into that very well. And we're even on the goal, the almost 3 minutes. Yeah, so trying to go for a catch though. You don't really have the ultimate yet, so I'm wondering what he's trying to do there. Trying to maybe soften up that Atlas,
Yeah.
maybe.
It's a concussive blast. You use it as much as possible. And he realizes that he's going to win these trades just because of the high damage of the Akai in terms of base damage and the attack speed of the Akai, plus the concussive blast. So there are a lot of things going on for him, and he's going to go for those trades just because he knows that Atlas will not really fight him at that point.
Yeah, and at this point, you know what? Chakno's being very conservative. Edward will be slowed down there a little bit. Uses the Purify, and another fake teleport means that, Execration's just setting up. Itomax is just gonna keep throwing that teleport even though there's no one there, just so he can scare off Blacklist. And I think that's very smart. Because if you're Blacklist, you don't know whether or not someone's in the TP. You don't know if that's just a fake teleport or actually 4 people there or 3 people there, unless... So, for Blacklist, you need to have good communication so you can predict those.
Mm-hmm. And they actually show themselves onto the middle. Essen here going for that Hurricane Dance. He locked someone out. Chakno here trying to go for the Fatal Links. Wouldn't really work on his side, and that is going to be a first blood.
That's just basic understanding of how their win condition is, right? Just go early on, and Eson knows that in the early game, you know what? Hate's not going to be able to burst anyone down yet. If we can catch Etomax, we'll have a big lead, and they are able to catch him in the right wall at the right time.
Mm-hmm. And look at this. They are really going at it onto the middle lane. They want to take this down as fast as possible. And this is a pressure point. This is a legit pressure point for the side of Blacklist International.
Man, it really is true. Like, this mid lane is just a little bit vulnerable as well. if you think about it. And they're just gonna keep going at it until someone gives. And full clip, he's pretty good. He's pretty good in terms of farm. Level 8 so far with that turtle buff. Execration needs to be very careful here. Although the goal lead is not that big yet. I think Execration still has an opening here as long as they can take advantage of the low Yi teleports.
Mm-hmm. And as you can see here, they're going for the chase down. Eson getting caught out.
Oof.
That is going to be a kill on the Akai. Will there be more? They will stop there.
It should be a fine time to stop. Getting one is pretty big for Execration. You need to get all the help you can get. And again, I kind of think that Aqua's going to take a long time for him to get activated. Big problem of the current Yuzhong pool, and Turtle will go over to Blacklist International once more.
And
Aqua flying in.
this is going to be the fights where, you know what, Execution can win, can get a lot of these turtles, can get a lot of these skirmishes. But if you're not really putting it in mind to turn it into objectives, then you're not really, utilizing all the lead that you have in this map right now.
Yeah, where is it gonna go to, right? I mean, that's the biggest problem here. And I would say that it's a very close game still. Like, even with this advantage, I still think the Execration is still primed to join the fights. And Blacklist, they're doing a good job of zoning out that top lane, though.
And yeah, I like Blacklist International and how they deal with things right now. They're not really putting a lot of help on the Chang'o. If the Chang'o goes down, they're actually fine with it as long as they get 2 turrets onto the middle lane and to the top lane. For Blacklist International here, they put a very, let's say, stable side laner for that. Good wave clear. Doesn't really have to move in that much. And he can just throw out the ultimate just to even up the playing field in terms of pushing. Not even evening it out.
Yeah, more of an advantage.
Yeah, getting the advantage.
Exactly. So get with the Falling Star Moon, I think, is a sign that Execration's getting scared. Oh! Where are you going?
Eson here
Eson!
with that U-turn. And they will get the kill on that Esmeralda.
Wow!
The glowing wand is there. It's all about the glowing wand.
Dude, I thought he was gonna get out. But then Eson said, you know what? Nope, you're not going anywhere. Makes the U-turn and locks him out in again.
He didn't really want to stay away from that lane as much. So what he went for is that close flicker. He really just wanted to outplay Akai right then and there. But Eson here, fast on his deductions, he went straight for the U-turn, the counter go onto the left side. So it really it was a good move coming out from Sagitno, but it was costly.
Yeah, it's just funny because usually when Akai's miss in that one, they're usually they usually just let it go. They just cancel the ultimate. Eson just really wants to utilize that ultimate as much as possible. Top lane though, it's gonna be a big one. Full clip dives straight into Benny Cutie, kicked the back as well, and they still managed able to take down the show. Another big one.
And it is really a sight to see Full Clip here
Full
going down. Etomax, they are putting a lot of pressure here onto the side of Blacklist International, but Execration will not really get out of there unscathed as they will lose 2 players in the process, Benny Cutie and Etomax, plus a turret. Now, is it worth it for the side of Execration? I don't think so.
I don't think so. They're only getting some jungle camps here, and that's a lot of damage being done on that turret. And that's good to disable the Lancelot in terms of the purple buff, but what about the turret goal?
And there's Benny Cutie here. He's really wanting to go for this. And he has the show on his side. But then again, there are no kicks happening. There is no flicker used on that part of the map. He could have gone for a hard engage, to be honest. But I think he realized that even if he did, damage won't be enough.
Yep, damage output is just not there for Benny Cutie this time around on the show. And now they're having a hard time dealing with that Yuzhong on Aqua, which is a bit weird because usually the Yuzhongs of these days, they're not as tanky as they used to be with the big nerfs on the Yuzhong skills.
Mm-hmm. And look at this, how Execration wants to deal with this next objective. They put two people there just to zone them out. Two people into the middle lane for the side of Execration. They do not want to give this out that easily. They given out Lord buff easy, but for the Lord, I don't really think that they should.
There you go. That was the kick that we're looking for here from Benny Cutie. But the problem is they committed two people on top. How's the fight around the Lord area?
Oh, that is going to be the retribution there. Chaknu will go down. Was there supposed to be a Fatal Link's ultimate there? Yes, there was. And Etomax just went to the middle lane. They went straight for the push.
Yeah, trade for trade though. I mean, they probably knew that they could no longer fight around the Lord area. That's why they told Chaknu to go in with the Fatal Links, just distract them for like 5 seconds so we can get something done. And at least they get something for their efforts. I mean, not a total loss for Execration, but they are still behind on gold.
They are
because of
still
that.
they are still behind on gold. And they're not really utilizing the how do I say this? The gold, the map placement and whatever it is that Blacklist in terms of opening, they're not utilizing it to their advantage. Now, what can we do with this? Benny Cutie is doing the right thing right now. He's trying to split. He knows that there is a huge gap between the items, so just get your items first and try to go for the split push. If they don't mind it, they could actually lose two turrets straight here onto the side of Blacklist International. But with that, you actually stall their push, because then again, they still respect the side laners here onto the side of onto the side of Blacklist International.
Speaking of side lanes, goodbye Benny Cutie. 4 versus 1. There was no chance for him to get out there. And the great lock-in by Eson forces Chaknu to use a perfect match to run away. This guy is single-handedly zoning out the rest of Execration.
And look at this, Blacklist International slowly but surely just trying to win this game. Brute Force Breastplate for full clip, not wanting to have anything to do with the burst in terms of physical attack coming up from Hate. But then again, if he spams, he's gonna get extra protection from it.
For sure. He's going to be able to at least get nearer and get that additional move speed. It helps very much when you want to go and out-rotate your opponent as well when you're getting those jungle camps. And I think that is the majority of that. So you can't burst down the Lancelot right away. Although some people would say maybe Anti-Karas is better. I don't know. Reduce 30% damage. But you know what? Lancelot is a guy that spam skills a lot. And Brute Force Breastplate, just make sure that you get those 3 stacks right away all the time. Because of Puncture and Formed Rose.
Yeah, he just has to use 2 punctures, then one Thorned Rose.
Or just ultimate.
Just ultimate,
Yeah.
and that's actually enough.
Maximum move speed and attack speed bonus. Here we go again with the sneaky from Execration. Who will they catch though? Apparently no one.
And well, Lancelot is actually heading that way.
Oh,
If they're right on the money, Lancelot will just go there, just try to walk in there, and they could just secure that. They can just secure that pickoff. But there are stuff that's not really going to happen here for the side of Execration, as they will back off from that land.
You know what was funny? Execration has the right idea. Like, okay, if you catch 5 people on that teleport, if you catch 2 people randomly out of nowhere, you could probably push on mid lane and just end the game, right? If it's a 3v5, at this point, the death timers will be pretty long. But again, if you don't catch anyone, it is a waste. You don't get the farm because you need to hide, and you're lacking on XP as well. And sometimes those are just risks that you have to take if you're a lineup that has the low Yi.
Oh yeah. I think for Loi here, the team mobility is really just good. It enables them to just set themselves up for the death brush. But you know what, Blacklist International, they're fast in taking these kinds of objectives. They are fast
Special
in taking the Lord,
delivery!
and that's going to be Chaknu going in with the Fatal Links. That was really good. No one dying though. And that is going to be our agenda right now.
So many individual fights are breaking out all over the map. Execration, they will lose Etomax, meaning that they almost got it, but they still lose it out in the end.
Etomax there with a play. It's all for you guys. They didn't just have enough damage to just seal that deal. That was a 3-man Fatal Links, and Blacklist International, they're well on their way into securing this certain objective on the map. This is very important. No ultimates here. Well, all have ultimates here onto the side of both teams. Let us see how will they do this.
Lord!
Full clip. Will he go for that retribution? Yes, he will. And Fatal Links is there. Chaknu will go down. Dexter will go down. Hate here is the next target. Will he get away?
Full clip!
Aqua trying to go to the backline. Hate will go down. Full clip. Will be chased down by the Esmeralda. Eson here is the target of Sagitnu. Aqua going 1v1 with this Esmeralda. I'm not really gonna, tell you to do that. That's
right?
not really the smartest things to... those are not the smartest things to do when you are in the Land of Dawn.
Yep.
Going up against an Esmeralda 1v1, it's
Nope.
at this stage of the game, it's probably the things that you won't really do.
It is very ill-advised, I would say. I think that was a very clutch fight for both teams, and let's have a look at Gillette Instant Replay, where we will see that it was very close call. I would say that if ever Full Clip didn't catch that, they would have lost straight up in that big team fight, and the confidence was just there for Blacklist because they knew they were ahead. And it's just what happens. It's just what happens here. With matchups like these, you just don't know. You just don't know who's going to be out on top whenever that happens. So we are on the big push here on the top lane. We will see the rest of Execration trying to defend, trying to clear up. The Lord is gone, which is a very good plus for Exe, but they're going to go for a team fight. Eson's going to be locked in here against the wall. Chaknu taken out before the fight even starts.
Okay, so Execration here just knocking on the doors. Well, Blacklist International just knocking on the doors onto the side of Execration. Now, there is Sagitnu going in with the Falling Star Moon. Aqua going into the backlines, going for Etomax and Hate. Sagitnu will go down. Chaknu is down. 18 seconds. Can he make it back in time? Will there be a base for Chaknu to come back to? And this is going to be a 3v5 in terms of the defense. Going in for the Hurricane Dance. Etomax there with a wise play. Going in. We see the next target. Aqua here doesn't have enough HP to do that. Immortality will be popped. Benny Cutie trying to go for the kill. And right now there is a meteor shower happening into the middle lane. And that won't really happen. And Chaknu! The Chaknu show is back! Oh my goodness! Ridiculous positioning! It's the Etomax Chaknu combination. Absolutely wonderful.
It came out on top in the end there, and Execration looking really good despite almost losing their base. Trying to see if they can make a full turnaround here. 3 people are left standing for Blacklist International.
Dexter and the others. Look at that diversion going in. Not really caring about human life here. But Aqua going aggressive. Very nice play coming out from them. This is the defense that they want to do. But they cannot overextend. Remember, if Blacklist International gets caught in this area, this could be the end of them with just a snap of a finger.
Yeah, they gotta be super careful on this one because they're not ahead by a big amount. And this lead that they have seems very small considering where we are in the game. We're 19 minutes in. And Execration, they're looking for blood.
You should really just, avoid this Louis Execration play that they're actually making. Seems like in terms of the Louis plays that they can actually do, all the games that they might have lost were dragged by that Louis. And whenever they wanted to go for a comeback, it's all within that Louis.
Yeah, all within the low Yi, and that's I think 4 big plays already by Etomax. Only 2 of them have been super successful, and goes to show those are the only 2 that you need so that you can just equalize a game that you're already losing. Imagine you already lost all of your inhibitors. You already lost almost all of your HP of the base, but they're able to get back in there just because of 1 big play. And this is a lineup that was made to do that.
And look at this. There is a diversion onto the back lines. Lord has been slain. That is going to full clip. But right now, the fight ensues onto the Lord pit. Let us see. Benny Cutie will take down.
Oh my god!
That Edward Chang. Oh, full clip will go down as well.
Oh my god!
Aqua is the next target. Double kill here for the side of Execration. Now the minions, they are going to play a huge part
alive.
in the Blacklist International defense. Essa
Has
is the
the
only
ultimate.
one there. Let us see what
Look
he's
at
trying
that!
to do. He's just
Whoa!
pushing back. He's just pushing back this catapult. But is that the wisest thing to do here?
He's buying
As
some
Essen
time.
here, he's just buying some time. Can he actually do this? That is the question. Immortality will be popped. There is the kick, and right now they're marching on.
12
is this
seconds!
going to be enough damage?
Oh my
Is this
God!
going to be enough damage? Execration!